everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Anno 1800. The perceptive ones among you will notice that there have been some changes to the island already.
The people celebrate your leadership.
Can I have one intro actually go through properly and not be interrupted by this tool? Anyway, you can tell that some changes
An
have
explosion in one of your factories.
Oh, come on! Where? Better not be in
All perfectly legal.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Fire
love
broke
that
out.
for me. Love that for me. Completely. Like, just absolutely screwed the intro. Left, right, and center. Ugh. We have fire services, right? They're gonna get to that. I don't know where they are. Where is the fire service? There's no electricity. Where the heck is the fire service? It's right here. Are you getting there? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Hurry, please! I don't like to see a fire in Constantinople.
The people celebrate your leadership.
Wonderful, and at the same time, do not care. Okay, we can get all the way back there, right? Yeah, okay, that's fantastic. So, what I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted twice by the announcer is the perceptive ones among you will notice that we have had some changes occur on Traxios. The reason for that is that both myself and Shadow, we spoke in DM quite a bit, and there was a lot of stuff that you wanted added. So therefore, I had to work on getting that stuff there to make sure that is exactly what his vision is. And naturally, what I'm going to say is later on, my goal is, because, obviously I like to reiterate from time to time what the plan is eventually, I'm going to be handing the save file, if I can, to you. So you all can make the adjustments, you can make changes to whatever we've made over here on your own accord, because I think that's going to make it even better. As far as the storyline is concerned, you guys would not be fully involved into it when you have the save file once the series has ended. The only way to do that is if you're on the Discord. If you're not on the Discord, the link is in the description, along with the Instagram. If you choose to go there as well, for sure, go for it. So I'm going to go through the list of changes that we made since the last episode, because there have been
How thrilling! A renowned personage has arrived.
I think the game today just wants to piss. I think that's the plan. I'm not sure, but that's what it's leaning towards. And I was actually saying that today was going to be a chill episode of Beautification, but no, the game just does not want to let me enjoy it. So here we are. So we're going to start off by talking about the 3 cultural areas. The first one being the museum, and he did send me a list for all the stuff that he wanted. What we have here is the Olympian Temple remains. We have the HMS Hades replica. We have the Augustan Forum, and we also have the White Tooth. So these ones are specific items that he requested. All of them is what he requested. And I thought this was a good spot for it. Naturally, I'm going to have to find some sheet music to put into these places to increase the attractiveness of the island and whatnot. But it's fantastic to see that we have a town carnival over here. Really, really good. That's the first one. The zoo is over in this side, which I figured was actually going to be a better spot. People coming off of the airport, from their, airships, they want to go just, like, chill for a little bit. They'll see some animals, be like, oh, okay, this is going to be kind of cool. So we have the eastern elephant over here. We have an emperor scorpion. We have a great white shark, and we have the iguaca. I think that's how you say it. So that's going to be over there, and obviously the little bits in between are a little bit empty, so I'm going to be doing some beautification work in there. We'll get to the poncho darners in a hot minute. Then we also have the botanical garden up here. I thought this was the best spot to do it, because from this point on, I swear, if these guys who are blowing leaves outside are actually going to have something go into this frickin' mic, I'm gonna riot. What is wrong with today? And watch, they're going to be out there for about like 15 minutes. I'm sorry if they screw with it. I'll adjust the sound volumes. Anyway, what we have here are 4 exhibits as well. We have the red tiger lotus, the yellow lotus, the Brazil nut tree, and the queen of the Andes. These are all really cool ones, and from this point onward, we're going to be having a lot of gardens go in here, right? There was a picture that he sent me of an estate that had some trees in front of it. The problem is, my friend, I do not have trees that are that large, so I cannot create that canopy effect like I would be able to in Imbiza with the old Imbiza pack. This is pretty much the
The
best I
people
could do.
celebrate your leadership.
If you want me to change it, or later on when you have the saved game, because after this episode we're going to be heading to Traxios, let me know. I could probably make that little change. All the foodstuffs have been moved over to this quarter, and we have the rum distilleries over here with the Hacienda rum distilleries. We have the tortillas, we have the fried plantains, we have atole being produced over here, and we have coffee. The idea behind this was that I want to have everything in one general food quarter, so people from the town can not only come from here over there, but from all over the island. This is where to go get like the freshest stuff. You know, always you have like the I guess the best way of putting it is like a Grand Bazaar, right? We have a Grand Bazaar over here, and it has pretty much everything that everyone requires. At the same time, my friend really was adamant on having industry here. And because we have 2 bauxite mines, he wanted aluminum profiles. Aluminum profiles and sewing machines. So I will tell you that one sewing machine factory is enough for this entire island. Okay? It's crazy strong. It's working very fast without any specialists in it, because these 2 trade unions are meant for these bauxite deposits. We also have the 1 sewing machine, so we have 6 of these aluminum profiles being made. And what I'm doing is I'm actually shipping them towards Navarra's Might, because if you guys didn't know, they can help us out a lot over there, so we won't have to wait so long on having aluminum profiles be brought over to that side of the world, especially because we're going to be focusing on Rantium soon. We're probably going to need a lot of aluminum profiles. At the same time, bauxite is also a good resource to use if you want to actually make some cannons, just the regular cannons, the early grade weapons. I think it's okay-ish if you don't have like the iron and stuff over if you really want it, but what I was actually thinking is, are you able to make those in the New World? I'm not sure. I don't think you can, or you might be able to somewhere. I have to see. But it would be kind of cool. I was thinking of a really difficult challenge of a New World only play in the future. Expert level difficulty, see if we can even survive. But the thing about it is, if I can't make cannons, then what's the point? I think I have to bring it from over there, but we'll see. The next thing is that he wanted the oil area pretty much walled off, so that's what we did. You can't really see it because we do have 2 of these charcoal kilns working in here to provide coal for this whole industry to work. And what I want to do today is I want to try to beautify places in between, because I can see, like, you still have the radius, and we have to, like, really respect this radius, because anything we do to this, anything below 95% is going to mess with the timer, and I don't want to do that. Also extended some more homes over on this side. And the last thing that we can talk about, really, well, we also have expanded upon the animal farms in here, so there's a whole bunch. He also did mention that there are certain specialists that he would have liked for the poncho darners, which would be able to help with fur coats and work clothes. So we have Christabel over in here, of whom is producing extra goods, and along with attractiveness, that's also pretty good. We also have Marina, who is helping us out with more work clothes. And we also have the optimized loom. So these things are going to be working pretty freaking fast. I think, 8 seconds for some ponchos? That's pretty substantial. But as you can clearly see, we're loaded up on alpaca wool. So unless we start selling it or sending it somewhere else, not really sure. Also went ahead and brought over some fertilizer to help with the corn, because corn was actually becoming a little bit of a problem in the interim. We needed the atole. Atole uses corn in order to process it, really. So I figured La Isla has plenty of fertilizer that it's not using, and we might as well just bring it over here to begin with. So this is the current radius of the hacienda itself. It is getting pretty large in comparison to many of the other ones that we do have. I'm not certain if it will make it all the way over here. It might if we continue to add homes and, fulfill the stuff that they require.
Behold the happiest man alive!
But the thing about it is, right, we don't need to fulfill everything that they need. Unless we decide to upgrade more of these obreras to artistas, which we can do, obviously. That's to be determined. Honestly, I might just let Shadow tackle that once I provide the save file to everybody. But today we're going to be focusing a lot on beautification, so hopefully you guys are going to be for a chill episode. I hope, I pray, fingers crossed. You know the beginning of this episode is going to be turned into a short, that's for sure. So what he wanted here was a very, very, very grand type market area, and I think the best one is going to be this Fiesta pack, 100%. So what we can do is we can start off with these market carts and all this good stuff. I'll just put them like so. And you know what? Going ahead and like repeating some of them is not going to be terrible. Obviously, you're going to have people that are coming in from different sides, different places that are bringing different goods, right? So that's fantastic to see. I think in this little corner, I'm going to go ahead and put down the Mazoan Memorial. And we'll have some seating right over here in between the Town Hall and the boxing arena. Now, I am very disappointed in myself because all this time I could have been making Nacho Libre references and I didn't. I just flat out didn't. I'm very upset. I'm gonna go ahead and put the Sunwell over here. That's a good way of determining like what's the centerpiece for this place. Have some corn over here, and then I might leave that spot open for like a bench. There we go. That's pretty good. I don't want to put another one of those, at least right now. Let's see about... We can potentially put some bright banners over here, and we can also do the same around this side. Kind of just around the boxing arena itself. And we can go ahead and put down some of these really nice purple trees, which y'all know are one of my all-time favorites, along with the summer pavilion, which we'll put at the corner here. And I want to put some more of these stands along the road over here, because that's going to be really important. And we can also put the tropical fruit one right over here. Wonderful. We also have like these other little stuffs in here. I'm not going to really worry about them. I personally am not a big fan. Let's put the Fountain of Inspiration back here. You know what? I'll just go put another little purple tree over there. We'll have some of the traditional terracotta pretty much be dotted around this whole area. We don't need any of that. The exotic flower bed could be interesting if we do something like this right there. We can also do a little bit over here. So we have that kind of like a whole bunch of seating is pretty much what I'm going. And we can fill it out with a lot of terracotta. Very nice. I still feel like there's some empty spots in here. And I might just put a whole bunch of random parts and whatnot in here. I really like this pack. Like, it didn't come with much in the grand scheme of things, but the way that they've actually made it, for some reason, it's very appealing to me. I don't know what it is exactly. So that's going to be that side, and then naturally over here, we're also going to do something with regards to foodstuffs, obviously. So we're going to have tropical fruit stands, we're going to have a lot of market carts, because these ones are going to be the most important one here. Go ahead and put a little palm tree in the middle, and what's the other one? We're probably going to need some fried corn. There's a lot of corn here, so that's a little stand over there. We'll have a summer pavilion be right over here, a palm tree there, here, and a little bench right here in front of the trade union. There's stuff around that we could potentially do, like there's a little opening in here we can work on. Because of where we are, I really like these. You know what, I might actually swap them around. Hold on. Put that there, and then we're gonna swap this to be like right there. And then around it, what we're going to do is we're going to probably put the equivalent of Temperate Grove around. Because I still think it's a nice ornament, and it works well here. I think it's a tropical forest. I keep forgetting what the heck it is. See, like, this would change it to 95% if I would have... You know what? We're doing it. No deal.
You should go sit in the shade,
It's still
boss.
15 seconds. It's still okay. Get a couple more over on this corner. And like so. Make it look very pretty. We can have a Mazoan Memorial be right out here. Nice little fountain over here to its right. Traditional terracotta. We have a seating arrangement. I'll probably put it like right here facing inward so no one wants to make a little tumble down towards the beach end. That's not in our insurance policy. Go over here. We'll do stuff over here. We have a 4 block over here, so let's go ahead and put a summer pavilion. And we'll just end it out like right there. Put that little spot there. I wish they had more ornaments for the Honadero homes, to be perfectly honest with you. I feel, again, that's missed opportunity, and I'm becoming more and more vocal about that, and I probably should not be. I tend to get a little bit overly critical at times with stuff like that, especially on stuff that I really like, which in this case, it is, in fact, beautification purposes. There's a little spot back here. I guess I could put another... Put a statue, like, right there. Okay. Very nice. Got this area pretty much situated. We want to also make the population a little bit denser up here, because this is where the farm, or the gardens and such are going to be. So, what I would like to do is I'm going to get some more Obrero homes. I'm going to start putting them like so. And I think this will be the last row, per se, because we want to, from this point onward, have gardens. And I'm just going to go ahead and copy this road and bring it as far back as I possibly can. These guys
I dreamed of this.
probably too far away from the boxing arena, because we have just the one in the city. I might change the location of one of them. Or potentially put it back here. There seems to be some room, so if there's a way to get a road across, which I think I see an opportunity to do so, yep. I'm gonna go ahead and put the one of the boxing arenas will be back here. That's for sure. Yep. So I'll put this one right back over here, and we're just gonna have a road connection to it. This should be sufficient enough to reach back here for the most part. They're not at 100%, but they're fine. I'll take it. Because I really want to get towards this garden. That's going to take a long time to fix up. These other spots, like we have a single tile in the middle here. As you can see, I'm mostly relying on the pack, because I just feel like it fits here the most. Let's do fountains too at the end. We can do one in the middle, but I feel like the pavilion will probably be a little bit better. Let's do these, and then these. I have some palm trees right here, and go ahead and fill that all out. Nice little walkway through these, or it's never gonna hurt. It's very pretty too, so definitely. Along the corners here, what I want to do is something similar to this over on this side as well. I'm going to actually upgrade this thing to advanced just as a precaution. We're going to have to bring in some little pills here at some point. But along the corner here, we are going to be putting in a walled section being like these flower beds. I think if we bring it all the way up to here and then loop it around, this is a good way to just like kind of block it off, I guess. Like, these guys are sitting on the wrong side. I don't know if I can swap them out. There we go. Trying to make it like actually practical so they don't die, to be perfectly honest with you. Yeah, and it's actually, besides that one spot, it did not screw me, and I'm very happy about that. So getting into here, we'll probably have to have like a traditional terracotta path go straight down, like so. We'll have some palm trees, swap that around so that at least the seating area is facing the right way. And we'll have another Mazone Memorial right over here. As you can see, he wanted a statue, so I went ahead and put King George statue, like in air quotes, I say. Obviously, it's not him. And by him, I mean King George. You know what? We can actually say that's a statue devoted to Chadwick himself. I think that'll work. So I have removed those trees so we can see what the heck we're doing in here. The actual terracotta path, I feel like should just loop around here. And then in here, this is where we can definitely do the work that we want to do. I'm going to put the sunwell in the corner over here. And another one of these summer pavilions probably down here. I'm putting a lot of these market stalls. Why? Because I just like the feel of a very bustling town. The way he envisioned this place is that it has to have functionality, and that's what I appreciate quite a bit. And that's why I want to try to maintain to the best of my ability with this whole build. Now, in the middle here, I think what I'll go ahead and do is put down the tropical forest. And it looks nice. That way we have a little bit of variety going into this spot. The next spot is going to be over here, which we also do have like the traditionals over here. So like you definitely have the gazebo. We can put a gazebo like at the front here, the back, doesn't matter. I kind of am a big fan of this statue, so I'm going to put that over here. And then we will have some of the garden benches like so, and then we'll have a newspaper stand like right in the middle. Another one being the gazebo being at the far end. That's a very nice touch, I think. We need some palm trees. Because I know the tropical forest is going to screw me. There we go. Nice little spot in there. Wonderful. This one, on the other hand, I was looking at it. I'm not really certain what I want to do quite yet. I might come back to this spot at some point. But the good news is that they have everything that they require, pretty much. So we are bringing in
People
hot sauce
celebrate your leadership.
from Prosperity, which is fantastic. We are producing Atole here. We are also bringing in bombins, which is fantastic, from Amaryllis. And the Atole makers are right over here. The only thing is that negative attractiveness. That's all what's ticking me off. But I think it's actually at a pleasant colony at this point, so that's pretty cool. Now, as far as it comes to the actual gardens and such over here, this is going to be kind of tricky because right now it's not even on both sides. The reason being is this very, very, very unfortunate state of events requiring a boxing arena. But that does not mean that I cannot solve this problem at all. I definitely can solve this problem. And what I'll do is we're just going to make a nice little wall section. We're going to bring it over to here. That's going to be on this side. And then we're also going to have a walled section. You know what? We'll give these guys like a little bit of a backyard. How about that? We'll bring it over to here. So this is going to be the separation between the city to the hacienda itself. And because we made this, we have to work on it. Sunwell in the middle here for sure. This is a gorgeous spot for a summer pavilion, I dare say. Looking outward towards the deep blue. Or the all blue. If you guys know that reference, I will be very, very, very impressed. And very appreciative. I know one of you will, and that one person is Doozy. We will put one more probably down here. A stand like right over here in the market cart on this side. Because we want it to look always like it's a very bustling town. Get this stuff all set. This side's pretty good. We'll get this side filled up and boom. Easy. It actually looks nicer on this side than it does on this side. But that's also because it completely, block this area off so they can't have a backyard. If they want, they can go over here. There's plenty of stuff over here to do. Now, the whole gardens thing, I have been thinking about it quite a bit. And I think the very first thing that I would like to do, and what I think is the nicest way of going about it, is making something similar to this, okay? Not exactly like it, obviously, but I really like to incorporate the paving with these hot air balloons and the darker shade of grass. But I also will take the, as I like to call it now, the lemon approach and do the, what is it called? The stripes. So we'll put the stripes down, and then we're going to work on it from this point onward. And we have the darker stripes first, and I'm just going to test to see if this is actually going to look nice first before we commit to anything else. And see, is this something that we might be able to work around, because that's always very important to determine. So we have this to start off, not bad. I'm going to go ahead and just copy it to the other side to start. I think this is actually a good spot. Yep. And that helps with attractiveness. So, really, really spacious grounds right in the front. In the back, we'll probably do a lot of stuff like hacienda ornaments and such. Because obviously, given the setting, you're going to have to. Very good. I think I could have brought it a little forward. I also have to make sure the colors are lining up, otherwise it'll cause something like this to happen. Get one here, and then we're gonna get one of this shade right over here. Then from here this way, it's gonna bring up just a wee bit over to here, and we're just gonna look at it. Most important thing to do is just look at it, you know? If you also get what that reference is from, I'll also be impressed with you. The cool thing is that I can probably utilize the hacienda paving to get to where we want to go in this particular setting. And there's a lot of stuff as far as like greenery is concerned that I can possibly take advantage of. Obviously, I do want to see if I can put a hot air balloon or two in here. The cool thing is that if we stick to this, we can have these particular trees, but I'm kind of thinking we go a little bit outside the box here. If we get rid of this amount, right? And then we also get rid of this amount. Obviously, it changes these, but what I'm thinking is, if I can potentially do that here, I don't think I can. These are smaller trees. It doesn't have the apple tree, does it? Well, that's unfortunate. But the other thing that I could potentially do is have these cherry trees. That's really pretty. We can have those, and then we can also have these versions of the cherry trees. So we have a version of, you know, he brought in a whole bunch of saplings from all over the world, so he's pretty much a person that goes all over to bring, like, the most exotic things over to Traxios, pretty much, to showcase them for his people. And I think this is actually going to work kind of well. But we'll have to see. I am kind of digging the fact that it has the
People
two
celebrate
colors.
your leadership.
Yeah, I'm kind of digging that. Also adds, like, a really nice amount of shade. Yeah, so what we'll do is, in the middle here, we're going to get rid of this, and we're going to get rid of this. And we'll go over here to the hacienda paving. And we're going to start it off and go all the way into here. We might potentially see some people walking around. Yeah, we see some right there, walking right underneath the cherry trees. That's a really cool thing to see. That's very cool. Over on this side, I want to see what other things as far as, like, greenery we can do. Well, we have fountains, that's for certain. Oh, we also have some duck ponds. Ooh, okay. So maybe we start utilizing these duck ponds. Pretty sure he likes ducks. I have not asked. But we'll find out if he tells me that he hates it. Okay, so we'll put these over here. And I think I took a little bit too much off of this side, so I'm gonna fix that up really quick. And obviously we're gonna have to put the paving to it. Thing is, though, when we're using the hacienda paving, we're gonna have to all link it up to this one building. Otherwise, it will not work. So that way, we have the paving going through here.
We're in the presence of a virtuoso.
These are gonna kill me. And I like to put down these trees again. I think that really adds a lot of really nice color to this area. It looks very festive. It looks very regal. I quite like this idea. Obviously, we're going to have to do some more. Where is that statue? The one that I really like. This is a gazebo plaza. I could probably... Ooh, out here would be kind of nice. Yeah, let's put this, like, right out here. Very pretty. Don't need to have a road connection to it. It's totally fine. Totally fine right there. And then the actual, like, hacienda stuff, and that's part of Seeds for Change, right? We have some hacienda pools that we can definitely utilize, and I prefer this one to the other variant. The reason for this is it's more like it looks better. I just, it's a personal opinion. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put 2 of these right next to each other, like so. And then that's not enclosed, right? This is just a regular palm tree. I feel like we can probably put 4 right over here. And from this point on, I'm thinking like colonnades and then having some additional garden areas in the back would do us really, really a lot of good. So maybe we get rid of 1 row on this side, 1 row on this side, so we can begin with this. And we'll bring it up from here over to here. And we're gonna link it up to start off, but there's gonna be like little enclosures, like maybe 1 over here. That could be 1. There can be another one over in the back here. And the colonnades actually, like, not being even, it's not bothering me as much as I thought it would be. Bring this 1 further up, actually. Oh. Wrong button. There we go. But the thing about it is, I won't be able to connect it with the Hacienda paving if I choose to use it, right? Because it's no longer connected to this. So what we'll have to do, I'm gonna have to get rid of the one in the middle here. And I'm gonna have to use this as a guiding path towards each of these different spots. So we'll have this one go from here, we'll have this one go to here, and then down. I won't open up these. That's totally fine, because as you can see, the color of the paving is the same as the colonnade. So that works out to be fantastic, in my opinion. I think because this one's a smaller side, we can probably put, like, a Hacienda shed or whatnot over here. I think I put it on the wrong side. Yep, there we go. Very cool. So a little spot to keep some extra stuff for the Hacienda itself. And I guess we also have some crates, so we can definitely use this. Let me change that around. Looks pretty good. So, like, this is his storeroom. I think that actually adds a lot of depth to this. But something that's really more important here is banners. Banners. And he told me I can go crazy with banners, okay? So I'm doing it. You don't have to tell me twice, okay? I'm the easiest person to please. If you tell me to put down banners, I won't hesitate. I'll put as many banners as we want down. It is a damn miracle that I haven't put banners all along the middle of these roads, okay? I'm just saying. That's a big step for your boy. I have not done that. I'm a bannerholic. I'm going to convert every single one of you to be bannerholics in time. And they will make an ornament for me. I guarantee it. One day they will be messaging me and they'll say, hey, what do you want added to this game? And I'll be like, more banners. A bannerholic billboard. One billboard that I'll actually use. Let's see if we can put this thing right over here. It does indeed work. I want to assume, because you're a Roman fan as well, that you'll appreciate the red coloring for that particular hot air balloon. So we'll keep that as is. And around it, I'm going to get rid of this. And I'm going to put the cherry trees around. Very pretty. Oh, interesting thought. I just had a very interesting thought. Give me a minute to cook. 1 minute. I'm gonna get rid of the edges. Right? So, like, get rid of this. Get rid of this. And get rid of this. Okay? And we're gonna go over here. That's the wrong spot. Over here. I keep forgetting where the heck I put the... Put this along the edges.
The people celebrate your leadership.
Only problem is that it's not as pronounced as Temperate Grove actually is, which sucks, but it is what it is at the same time. I can't do anything with it. I think a fountain plaza back here would do. So let's go ahead and put this thing over here. That looks very nice over in the back. We can also put, like, the regular paving, too. It's not a big deal. What else do we have in these packs? Like, do they have... This is where I got the ash tree. That's a good one. This spot. So Eldritch doesn't have anything. Fiesta only has, like, these ones. Which I didn't want to use those, considering how it's mostly supposed to be gardens back here. What do you have? You don't have anything. You definitely don't have anything. Well, I mean, the enclosed greenery is also pretty... So, I could probably put that around here somewhere. That adds a lot of life to the back of the hacienda itself. I think that's actually a winner. You can get so much value from all these packs. It's crazy. If you know what you're doing with them, that is, definitely can. So, like, we're going to use a lot of industrial ornaments in a second. That's what I want to get to. In the back here, what I'm thinking is this... Not that one. We need to have something to commemorate this incredible place. And I think Nadaski's column is going to actually help out. Problem is, it's not even. But I think what I can do is maybe put the obelisk. The obelisk would be. And I think it'll work out very well. So we're going to have this. We're going to have to bring in some resources. So we already have gold here. That's fantastic. We're going to need 100 limestone. Or that's cement. I can't say. And 50 brass. I want to think that Terradonge might have some. Where is... We have exactly the right amount of brass. We don't have any cement. What about Hunt's Hell? If not, I'll just send the ship over real quick. We have neither. Okay. We're going to take the Providence, I believe it is. Yep, we're going to take the Providence. We're going to take it over to Isengard. And we're going to get some cool stuff so we can build that up in the back. And as for the, like, the walkways over here, I'm going to be real with you, Chief. We can definitely just put a lot of the... Oh, I put the enclosed one over here. That's definitely not what I wanted to do. This side, we're going to go ahead and just put that small little wall. Where is it? Right here. No, not from there. Thank you. We'll put that small little wall over here. Nope, we're not going to do that because it doesn't work. I need to have something here. I really need to have something here. Why can't I have paving? I guess I could. No, I wouldn't be able to. Alternatively, I could extend this all the way to the bottom, and instead of that happening, I can just work to fix this spot out a little bit more. So we'll have this built up like that, and we'll extend it like so, so it blocks off that side, and we'll do the same on this side. Wonderful. And that would mean extending this a little bit further down. Need to get a couple more hacienda type stuff in here. I think I'll go with a palm tree or two. And then a hacienda cart. That looks kind of cool. Really nice. Where's that Fiesta pack? It's right here, isn't it? Let's test something. What about the exotic flower beds in these corners? They look very nice. I think we'll do that. I'm gonna go ahead and loop it around. And going back to this side, we also could have used these log piles and stuff like that, but not too important, I guess. That's whole airport stuff. I should have done more with the airport. Oh, we can have some of these arcades, the outdoor arcades, just walking around here, but you already have enough seating. I want there to be something else out here. I know. Boom. Boom, I'm a genius. I'm an absolute genius. Can I have some of this around? No. We'll have the tropical floor. There we go. That looks nice. That's very pretty. We can even put like a gazebo plaza in the middle there, or we can even put a fountain. We already have a gazebo plaza out there. I kind of am digging the fountain. So we'll go ahead and put that over there. Mostly because we can't fit the equestrian statue in there properly, and I don't really want to do that. What I would do is put 2 of them, like, right here and right here, because that works. Actually, I will bring the banners 1 forward, and I will go over here and put 2 of those. Lovely. We have open ground still here, so what we might consider doing is just putting some of the tropical forest down. Or, like, over here, we can try the... Let's try the, that kind of works. I don't want to put it over on this side, unless I do this. There we go. So we have a bigger section over here to walk.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
Moment. Yeah, we can do something like this. That works. That actually works very well. Holy moly. There's so much brightness and vibrancy. I love that. I could even do, like, every other one be a cherry tree. The red cherry tree.
How thrilling! A renowned personage has arrived.
I have to bash my head into a wall every time she says that. It's outstanding. Okay, not here. I need brass and I need cement.
What'll it be?
Brass and cement. I said what I needed. This reminds me of a Baldur's Gate reference. When you're talking to the bard for the first time in the druid's village. You're trying to... You either can tell him the truth about what happened with the engagement with the goblins, or you can, like, overly fabricate it. You know, obviously you're talking to a bard. If you guys have played Witcher 3 or know anything about Witcher, you have Dandelion, pretty much. The Dandelion equivalent for Baldur's Gate 3. And
The people
he asks
celebrate your leadership.
and the dragon they had marching in the back. And you're just kind of like, there was a dragon? But then if you lie to him and be like, it was a brass dragon, he goes like, witness mistook obvious silver dragon for brass. Let me try the every other color. Be this one.
The people celebrate your leadership.
Nice. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. So what I'll probably do is get rid of the middle colonnade over here as well, so I can extend the paving in towards the obelisk. There we go. And because of the significance of this, we're definitely going to have the Imperium's globe statue right over here. And the banners, obviously. So the centerpiece of this whole back section is going to be the obelisk. And it's probably the highest point on the entire island. I think it is indeed rivaling the other column over there. So that's kind of cool. What if we were to put some of the enclosed greenery over here? It's over here in it. That's actually very pretty. We can even do, like, put some of that in the middle here. I honestly think we can. Let's see how it would work like this. Ooh, I like that a lot. It's actually quite pretty. And we can have smaller little sections, maybe. Very nice. I actually kind of like that for some reason. Go ahead and extend the paving itself to go into here. And then maybe in like this little corner, we can have the really nifty newsstand. Wonderful. So we're just going to wait for our airship to come back with the goods. And once we hear the announcer, unfortunately, we will come back and we'll rebuild that thing immediately. The next section that I want to work on is this little spot over here. Because this is obviously like the industrial quarter, we're going to have to do a lot of stuff over here that hopefully will not mess with the trees per se, but will actually enhance the... This is an industrial quarter, right? This always makes me nervous that the track is going down and then up. But so long as there hasn't been a single issue with trains, I'm fine with it. But now, unfortunately, you can put that
Your
there,
ship has returned from its voyage.
but you can't put this. That's so dumb. That is so dumb. I have to get rid of all of this. So in the back here, I think what we'll have is like some construction offices. We'll have that one here, and then I like mixing these two. I think they really work well together. We could probably have a water tower be right over here. See, that'll work. Have some crates. We're gonna have some crates that are covered. We're gonna have a dirt mound, which obviously, you know, that makes a lot of sense. Have another one of these right over here, and some steel beams, probably right in this corner. So unfortunately, I can't do much with that, but I probably can fill out the section with this. That just looks weird. It's not gonna work. Okay, well that little area is gonna unfortunately be, but it is what it is. All right, you arrived, didn't you? Yeah, you did.
Airborne and ready to go.
Deliver all that, and we are going to build this thing. Nice. So I think we got our hacienda area pretty much situated. That looks very pretty, man. Like, very pretty. Lots of gardens, lots of vibrancy, different colors. Whole bunch of different influences from across the Imperium brought into one. It's nice. It's very pretty. But what we can do probably is actually add in the covered sections over here, right? I want to imagine we can. Yeah, perfect. We can do that here. And then we can have the platforms out
This
here
city
as
is a
well.
magnet for genius.
Great, thank you. I appreciate it.
Is the belt running faster than usual?
Yeah, it is. You might want to check it. Let's do that, and then we can also have some more of the railway platforms over on this side, because it works. It's perfectly fine. We can have a water tower be over here. That'll work. This little section in the middle kind of sucks, but what we can do is we can put some of these pipe networks. Even though they're water pipe networks, I feel like they can work practically anywhere. That's just how I feel they are. I have a construction crane over here. And these guys are like simulating digging for more oil deposits out here. So we'll have all of them. We're gonna have to have an office somewhere right over there. And probably some pipes and whatnot. We can try to put a construction fence in. I can pull this one back actually. Put it like right there, and then we'll have the construction wall like so. Looking pretty good. That is indeed a work site. Need to have some of these probably dotted around by little. Where's the pile drivers? There you go. Wonderful. Need to go to the other pack for a second. Get this. Where can I fit it? Over here. Perfect. Wonderful. You know, the more and more I'm using the industrial packs, the more I'm enjoying. That's the thing. I think it actually started from prosperity. This enjoyment of having really large industrial, like, ornament areas, like right here. And I can already see a mistake that I made. I did not put one little spot in there. Sorry. Yeah, but the oil barrels and all this stuff, it like this side is probably my favorite. It's really pretty. Really interesting idea. I'm glad they added stuff like this. I just wish one thing with Anno 1800 I really wish they had added was the capability of having more ornaments, because at this stage, you know, a lot of people, I know I'm definitely one of them, that likes to beautify over and above what you normally do and has the patience to do that. But at the same time, I understand that not everybody's like that. So I guess that's more of a me thing than anything else. Actually, I probably missed a very good opportunity to put a crane down instead of these two. Put something like that there. We'll have a railway signal. I'm not sure if this is the right signal. This is a railway warning signal. So we'll put this one like right over here. And we'll put this one on this side as well. We don't want to mess with these wooded areas because they will affect the charcoal kilns. So we'll put stuff like maybe over here. And then we do also have these railway huts. These ones are the smaller ones that I could put on. Well, hold on. This might actually work better. Is that interfering? Oh, don't tell me it actually did. Okay, it's still at 95, so we can't go any further. And I'll put 2 on this side. Looking pretty good. So they'll come through these 2 sides in order to get to that one. Yeah, we do have a little bit of a parallel track issue. It's not that big of a deal. So long as the oil is flowing, that's all that matters, right? This is a very noisy home, that's for sure. We'll put some of the pipe network around. I don't think that messed with it. No, it would have if I had continued doing so. Put some over here. And then we'll put one of these over on this side. And we'll call it a day with that one. And build in between with some concrete. Probably put some concrete around this too. So, Dragon Age Veilguard came out, I think it was yesterday, from the time of this recording. I'm still on the fence about it, I gotta be real with you. I haven't really enjoyed BioWare games for a long time. For me, for some reason, like the storytelling is kind of meh. Obviously, that might be I might be in the minority with that particular take, but to be perfectly honest, like I was actually thinking about it for the channel, and at the same time, I was kind of hesitant about it. Actually, Zara did purchase it, and he's letting me know how it is. So, depending on what he says, I may or may not make the decision to get it and record it for the channel and all that good stuff. So we got the industrial quarter pretty much situated, which is fantastic. And what we're going to do in the remaining time that we have is probably just try to beautify as much as possible around these other sections and probably get back to this spot. Because we can't really get to this side of the road easily, I'm not going to really focus on too much besides putting this. And it works, it blends into the mountain definitely very, very well. This whole area is just natural greenery. I'm not going to worry about that. This side, on the other hand, let's go ahead and make like a little newspaper type area. Block that off with some fencing. Get a newspaper stand in here. I don't want to put a statue. No, not worth. There's also these gardens. Let's use them. I do not use these gardens enough. I really don't. Yeah, put one over here. And the paving, please. I was in the right spot, and I decided to move off. Actually, no, it's not paving. I just need grass. Where's the grass? Grass is right here. There's some grass back there. Very nice. So that's a nice little section right over here. Just a little hangout spot, Never hurt anybody. I really wish I would have put some, like, postcards and stuff over here, but maybe I can in here. We'll put it in the zoo. Have a souvenir shop right over here. That'll be pretty good. That we'll put a postcards vendor, and we'll have a what's the other thing? Photography nook. That actually looks kind of cool. We got that all done. Over here. Maybe? No, I kind of want to leave those for the main hacienda. Let's just use these again. 2 on each side, right? And then... Is this a single tile or it's a double? It's a double. Yeah. Can we make you face the right direction, please? Yep, there we go. A nice little area to go and hang out on when you're on break. We'll put a fountain over on this side and we'll replicate it. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. This is a fantastic spot for some bright banners. Long little stretch over it. That won't work. that here. Nice statue right over here. Looks pretty solid. Nice little barrier wall over here. Yeah, I guess we can a couple of these. Palm tree, palm tree, palm tree. No, I don't want one down there. There we go. Have some of the paving. Looking pretty good. I think we have done a stellar job with this island. It's very, very nice. Very nice. No. Missed opportunity? There we go. Properly allocated. Love to see it. Nice fountain over here. And we're going to put 2 of these purple trees down and link it all up. Looking very nice and pretty. So hopefully this is in line with your vision. I hope, I pray. But there was also one other thing that he wanted me to do. And this is his ship. This is the Santissima Trinidad. Obviously, I couldn't fully name it because the game does not give me enough characters to name the thing. But, that being said, I really wanted to have like a nice little harbor area here for it. Nice little specific spot for it, actually. And what I want to do is get rid of these horrid crates. And there needs to be plenty of seating so people can come and see this magnificent ship in all of its prime and glory. We'll put another seating arrangement right over here, and they decided they want to swap itself around. I have a little lamppost over here. I'll probably get rid of all of them. Yeah, that's fantastic. And this actually makes this area look a lot nicer so you can walk around. I'm considering these to be like the information stations to get to see the Santissima Trinidad. Okay, that's the little headcanon that I have playing right now. Have another seating area probably right here. That'll probably get rid of all those boxes. Love to see it. And that one will get rid of those 2. So I guess this will be the main information booth. Love it. I'll have some trees. Can I put one here? Thank you. And where's the lamppost? Wonderful. So that's a nice little way to get towards the Santissima Trinidad. If we want to continue this, which we can obviously do that, I'm going to put some of the trees over here on this corner. We want to... I wish there was a way to get rid of them a little bit more effectively than doing this, but it is what it is. And one here. I guess I can put, like, one on each side, like that. Yeah, that's easy. This kind of sucks, but you know what I can do? Easily just put down one of these. But why are they different colors? I don't know why they're different colors. That was not intended. I'm not sure what's... And there's a lot of greenery coming through. Why is it clicking? Hello? Anyway, that is the way to see the Santissima Trinidad, and we have some people already that are on the pier looking at this gorgeous ship. And you don't know how many times I actually tried to make sure that I actually made the proportions right for this particular pier. Because sometimes if you don't get it right, then the ship starts to go curved and it just does not stay straight in its spot and actually starts floating outward. So, one of the ships that actually helped us in multiple wars is right here. And I think this particular ship, the one that I renamed to become the Santissima Trinidad, was actually at the Battle of Bright Sands. Yeah, I think this ship is that old.
How thrilling! A renowned personage has arrived.
Yeah, I know how thrilling! I'm talking about... Oh, okay, alright, I can't with this woman, I swear to God. Like, I love it a lot. I do want to keep the NPCs still speaking, but at the same time, I'm also losing my sanity, and I don't have a lot of that left. Okay, so we're gonna see. I might have to pause or mute them from now on, and then make fun of them excessively for it. So we got this island pretty much sorted. The last spot that I need to fix up is right here before we end it off, and then officially hand this off to Governor Shadow, of whom will do a fantastic job here, I'm sure. ruling this magnificent colony for us in the New World, being absolutely productive and truly an amazing person to speak to. Do something like this. That does not look good. I'm gonna get rid of that right now. I'm gonna put one of these down. I'll put 2 of these trees right over here. Can we have a fountain back here? We can, but I prefer the pavilion. And it would be fantastic if I could put a tree, but I cannot. Okay, not a big deal. We have that all done. All done. Seems to be a little bit. So I guess I could try to do something like this. Looking good. You're going to the wrong spot,
The
man.
people celebrate your leadership.
Another festival in Dishwater's having a lot of fun recently. Alrighty. So, Traxios in all of its glory. Probably not as densely packed as he probably would have liked it, but I think this island turned out fantastic. Okay, it has walled sections for a whole bunch of other stuff. I might do a little bit more beautification work in the interim between now and the next episode. But overall, I did want to make sure that I followed as much as I could with his design, his vision, because that's important to me, okay? That's very important to me, that I stick to what you guys like, and it makes me happy to do so. And not only that, the amount of comments, the constant reassurance that this channel is going to make it big one day, and it already has, in my opinion. It just, it motivates me to keep going. That's what I'm trying to say. And you guys are incredible. I really appreciate every single one of you being here. So without further ado, let's say goodbye over here to Traxios. We're handing it over to Governor Shadow, and I know he'll do a fantastic job with it. And until next time, my friends, when we're going to be working on Raxus for Governor Laney, please consider like, commenting, subscribing, hitting that bell button, sharing it with your friends. Thank you all so very much for being here, as always, and I'll catch you in the next episode.